Welcome to the Goalpost to Gallop podcast with me, Shay Buxton.
Me, Nick Buxton.
There's a goalpost to gallop's not good.
As you might be able to guess, it's going to be about football, but then also horse racing. Two of our interests, so we thought, make a podcast about it. Nick, if you just want to tell everyone about yourself?
Yeah, I'm an ex-footballer. Obviously, Shay's dad. Love me horse racing. I think it'd just be good for me and Shay just to have a chat and get people involved about football and horse racing from the Prem to non-league, everything. We'll get guests on. And it should be a good laugh.
Yeah, as Nick said there, we'll get both horse racing guests and football guests on, so we get the best of both worlds, and hopefully we get some football guests that are interested in horse racing, so we can kill two birds with one stone. But we've got a bit on our agenda today, so we've got all the football over the Boxing Day period and the Christmas period, and then we'll go on to the horse racing. It's been a great couple of days for horse racing. Boxing Day is always a good day with a King George galloping his trumps today, stuff like that. It's been a good couple of days, hasn't it?
Yeah, been a great couple of days for racing. I think there's still more to come as well. There's Newbury and Doncaster tomorrow, so it's all systems go at the minute. Yeah,
so if you want to get started on the Prem, obviously Leeds just drawing to Sunderland. We are just recording this after that game. A good game, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought Leeds played really well. Played some good football. Both teams are having a proper go at the minute, and I think Leeds are picking up a bit of form at the minute.
Yeah,
so they're good at the minute.
What about Calvert-Lewin?
He's just got better and better, hasn't he? Every week he seems to be
6 in 6 now, something like that.
Yeah, and I think he's just laid one off for, I can't remember his name, the little small
Aronson.
Ball's gone into the box. He's laid it round the corner, and he's just laid it off for him, and he should have probably scored. But yeah, Leeds are picking up as well. It'd be good to keep Leeds in Premier as well. So, but Sunderland, although I'm a Newcastle fan, they are playing really well.
Yeah, very well. Obviously, the three big guns, Liverpool, Arsenal and City, all won as well.
You got Villa up there.
Yeah, Villa as well last night against Chelsea.
Yeah, first half, if you watched Villa and you watched Chelsea, you'd have never thought that Villa were going to get back in the game, but second half, Chelsea just crumbled.
Ollie Watkins turned around, yeah.
Ollie Watkins, 2 great goals. 2 really good goals. And he's, like I say, they're pushing on now. They're pushing up. I didn't realise they were that close, but really good what they're doing. But like I say, the two at the top, Arsenal and Man City, just keep piling on the pressure.
Even when Haaland fell on it, you have the other City players Turkey and that to go and score them goals and step up, don't you?
Yeah, they're good. And like I say, the middle of the table teams, but it's like that league, anybody can go and beat anybody. But you look at people like Bournemouth. Bournemouth started off really well, and they've dropped down. Now they can't seem to buy a win at the minute.
Then obviously you got Fulham beating West Ham. West Ham are struggling a bit, aren't
they? They beat them with a draw.
No. I could be wrong there. We'll have to check this one.
We'll have to check it.
I did think it was Fulham that won.
Oh, you're right, 1-0.
Oh, there we are. Yeah, so Fulham beating West Ham. And obviously Wolves, at that point, I think it could be time to say goodbye to Wolves in the Prem.
Yeah, I watched last 10 minutes of Wolves. I thought Wolves were really good at Liverpool. They had chances to get a draw. I've seen them a couple of times against Arsenal the other week, where they got it back into 1-1 and then conceded right late on.
Exactly, it's very, very interesting. Going on to the Championship now, looking at some of their results. Birmingham, they were flying at one point now.
Birmingham, Wrexham, they're the two that be paying the big money.
Yeah.
And you say they're struggling, you'd expect them to be higher up, but I don't think you can look past Coventry City.
That next one.
Frank Lampard, absolutely superb from what he's done there. I can't imagine him having a massive budget. Not like people like your Birminghams and your Wrexhams, but what he's doing there is absolutely unbelievable. Then you've got Middlesbrough as well. Obviously you've got Rob Edwards that got them going, and then he's left there to go to a team that probably will get relegated, and the team that is left might come up.
Yeah, it's a strange decision. You got the Sheffield Wednesday Hull game 2-2. That's a good result, Sheffield Wednesday. Obviously, another points deduction recently. It doesn't look the best for them, but all things being said, they're not actually doing that bad in the games they're playing.
To say that Wednesday's obviously they've got the points reduction and they've had a depleted squad, and squad's really struggling. They've gone from having next to no players because they've had to leave or get rid of them due to financial problems. But yeah, they're doing really well. And they are. If you they don't have the points to get, they're actually in there.
Yeah, 100%.
So, like I say, another big club. It's another sleeping giant. Hopefully, someone's going to buy them. And
Mike Ashley, aren't they?
Well, he does. Like I say, he did good things for Newcastle. People say he didn't, but he actually got Newcastle on a good footing.
Yeah, and then what a game the 5:30 kickoff was on Boxing Day. Wrexham vs Sheffield United, 5-3.
Some fantastic goals.
It was a great game for Sky to pick.
Bamford goals when it ball comes across and just flicks offside of his foot. Unbelievable finish.
Yeah,
there was some great finishes in that game.
Then even Keith Moore piping up at the end, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Moving on to League One, I was our hometown team, Doncaster. Got people like Blackpool starting to struggle, aren't they?
They are, but I've watched them on a couple of games. Like watched them on iFollow and stuff like that. And they don't actually play that bad. Went to Cardiff, they didn't play that bad. I think it's just mistakes at the back. Mistakes from the keeper who looks a totally different keeper to when he came
2 seasons ago. Yeah.
But I don't think they're not playing. A couple of wins and they're out of that.
Yeah.
A couple of wins in the mid-table. That's how tight it is. Get a couple of wins up to mid-table, and people forget that Grant a couple of seasons ago, or last year, or the year before, they were on the verge of relegation, just outside relegation.
Same season.
And next minute, he got into playoffs. So
yeah,
people calling for his head are probably the same people that were cheering on when he got him into playoffs. So you can't have it both ways. But yeah, you don't want to see them go down because they have got a good squad. I think they might strengthen in January.
They had them. The loans go back, didn't they?
Yeah.
So and then moving on, you got Bradford, who were the best out of the other team, the teams that came up. You got Doncaster and Port Vale coming up. Doncaster and Port Vale really struggling, but then Bradford are flying, aren't they?
Bradford's picked up some great points recently.
2-1 versus Wigan.
And you think we're going to be a high flyer as well. Bolton started getting a few games together, now run together. But there's the other one I look at is Burton. Gary Bowyer's gone there and absolutely turned around. You thought they'd have been one of the favourites for relegation, but they seem to have turned it around.
5 past Northampton, didn't they? Then on the topic of 5, you've got Huddersfield, Darren Moore's old team. He's gone back there with Port Vale and he's had 5 foot past them.
I've seen a couple of videos on social media where fans were singing and they're not happy about him, but he has a way he wants to play and a philosophy he wants to play with. And like I say, sometimes it works, sometimes it don't.
Yeah, and then you got Plymouth, Reading. After Plymouth win last weekend, you thought they could have kicked on against Donny, and then
Reading not a bad team.
But then
like I think Plymouth did the other player sent off as well.
I believe so.
So they had a player sent off, which
in 12 minutes. That one.
So like I say, I think that's a false score. That, but another one's Lincoln City. Took a big scalping, Stockport County.
Last minute, that by the way, puts Lincoln still in that title target. Obviously with Cardiff, Rob Street scoring in the 90th
and he did well for Donny, didn't he, last year?
Moving on to League 2, obviously got Cheltenham versus Shrewsbury. Really struggling out at the moment.
They are really struggling, and like I say, it's a team I want to do well because I've won. Tom Anderson's gone there, and one of my best mates is there who's a coach, so you don't want to see them.
Hopefully 2 guests on the podcast.
2 guests, Big Tom and Sean, get them on.
Yeah.
But then you got look at Chesterfield.
Yeah, great result.
Great result. It's all a bit like a local derby, isn't it, as well, with Notts County. But they've seemed off and puff recently. They've had a couple of games where they should have maybe beat teams and they've ended up drawing, or then they've got a bit of a walloping. But I say it's a great.
When we went to horse racing, if we're on about some anti-post bets there, if you ever want to bet, it's Chesterfield both teams to score. Whoever they play, I know it's not this weekend, but 99% of the time will be a both teams to score game.
So the only time you mentioned that.
I know, yeah. Well, except this weekend. Now I said it after. Hopefully it changes. MK Dons beating Swindon. A good result for MK.
Yeah, like I say, look at MK. They're a massive club. Their stadium, what they are, is massive. But Swindon, they've picked up recently, and they're
now 1 point behind Swindon.
Yeah, they've hit a bit of a slump. One I like is Salford. They've they've picked up Salford. They've started winning a few games. They're just outside or just in playoffs at 5th. So they're starting to pick up. Obviously, they'll have some good backing with who owns them.
Yeah.
So,
and then you got Walsall beating Crewe as well. That's the top of the table. So Crewe down at 11th. Walsall, obviously not going up last year, but and also the year before, but now they're seeming to kick on, and they're currently sitting top of the table.
They were top of the table last year, though, weren't they? They were only like 10, 13 points clear, and then obviously it's hard to keep winning all the time. But I think the surprise package there is Bromley.
Yeah.
Andy Woodman's come in there and done massive jobs, got them up, and then they've gone into there and they're absolutely flying at the minute. And like I say, if they can go up to League One, that's a massive achievement. Because like I say, he's worked at some big clubs. He's worked at Newcastle with Pardew and stuff like that, so he knows the football game.
Yeah. Moving on to the National League now, the last league that we will look at. Rochdale beating Morecambe. Morecambe struggling, aren't they, with the new manager? I've seen a lot of stuff on Twitter where they're wanting him out, but Rochdale, they're on fire, aren't they?
Rochdale playing well. The only problem I can see for Rochdale is they're not playing at home at the minute because they've dug the pitch up.
Yeah.
So obviously they've had quite a lot of games cancelled through the weather, which I would imagine is quite hard for them if they're going to be playing away.
Yeah.
But it looked like they were putting a brand new pitch in for them. The other ones are Forest Green. They've struggled recently.
Yeah.
Robbie Savage, he's struggled to get them. But Brackley, they're going well. Like I say, it's a hard league, that one. There's some big teams in there, like your Carlisles, your Hartlepool, your Scunnies, your Rochdale. They're all ex-league clubs, like York as well. Then you go to Scunny. I think Scunny are doing well.
Yeah.
Andy Butler's doing really well there with Scunny. They've
straight up again now. He's sat in 6th place currently, only three points off of York
keep picking up
3rd place.
That's the thing. And like I say, to be fair to him, he's good at what he does. Technically, tactically, he's really good. So,
but then again,
fair play
I always said anything can happen in that league. What we've got to do is look at the Solihull Tamworth game, 7-1.
7-1. Yeah. Then you look at York. Who would have thought Boston would be 2-1 up, and then York score late on to get a point.
So it's
really, it is a tough league, a massively tough league, and you do some travelling in that league. You're up and down the country, but like I say, you look at the top 6: Rochdale, Boreham Wood, York, Forest Green, Carlisle, Scunthorpe. There's some big teams in there, and even under that, you've got Southend and you've got Halifax and Hartlepool. That out of them, if you take Boreham Wood out of there, every one of them used to be a league club.
Yeah.
Probably take Forest Green out of there, every one of them used to be a league club.
Yeah.
So it's a huge league.
Bit of a break as well. It's like 8 points from Scunthorpe to Southend in 6, so sixth or 7th. Yeah, so a bit of a gap. You should imagine. Obviously, like you said, anything can change in that league. But
like I say, Scunny are on what?
Should be.
They're only 6 points off the top.
Exactly.
And they've got Rochdale. They've got Rochdale to play again. Like I say, that everybody. I watched them play York, and they absolutely battered York. And yet York 3 points ahead of them. I think Carlisle maybe beat them 1-2, 1-1, something like that. There were odd goal in it, but I thought they played well. To be fair, I thought they played some good football.
Yeah.
Got a good squad. I say, don't really know in that league who's paying the big money, but I know York are definitely paying some decent dough. Yeah,
you can't imagine Scunthorpe Park just coming up. I think they made it known by the signings that are on non-contract or stuff like that they're not paying that big money.
So it's more, so it's fair play to the club and the management to get them in there.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be it for the football side of things. Now we are going to move on to the horse racing. Obviously, Boxing Day, probably one of the biggest horse racing days of the year. Loads of meetings. What a day it was.
Unbelievable. King George, from start to finish, proper gallop. Brilliant that Harry Redknapp's won it as well.
Yeah.
Because he's a guy that puts loads of money into the sport and has loads of horses, and people like that, that's what you really want to do well. So I think he's a good person, a genuine person, so really good. But like I say, within 4 horses, Short Head and Django Bay, half a length down, which I think if he'd have given it a better ride, he'd have been closer.
Yeah,
so it'd be interesting to see which ones now go for the Gold Cup.
We'll step onto the King George properly in terms of it. We'll go through some of the big races. Obviously, Kitzbühel winning over at Kempton, it was different grade really, wasn't it?
It will be. Look at Wendigo.
Yeah,
didn't have his ground.
Poor, yeah.
Didn't have his ground, but ran on. But I think Kitzbühel just jumped him to death.
Yeah,
the jump at the last is unbelievable. He takes off outside the wings.
Yeah, you've seen that. With Luke whoever who were doing it, and you can see he's from outside the wings. He's stepped on, and it was a different grade really. But yeah, Wendigo, I thought Wendigo put a better challenge. Obviously, not the ground it wants, but I still don't think it'd beat Kitzbühel on that day.
Just got out. Kitzbühel just got out in front and just absolutely jumped him to death. Absolutely jumped him to death. Never stopped. Just kept running and running, and he's jumping just. When you're jumping like that, it takes lengths out of other horses, and he never made one mistake, just all the way around. But it was a great ride as well by Paul Townsend.
Another one for the Donnellys. So I'll be honest, I'll hold my hands up. I did say I'm not even going to touch it. You can't trust it after Constitution, which we will move on to after this. I thought, you never know. He says, he's just come back, it's the best I've ever seen. And then second hurdle, straight over it and down. I didn't think, but then Sergino, different grade. I could not believe it.
It's the engine. The horse must have hell of an engine.
Yeah.
Hell of an engine. Because to say he pulled for half the race, pulled his arms out. And he just looked fresh, couldn't settle. But once it got going, nothing was going to catch it. And it probably did die a little bit towards the end.
But it's first running over it.
It's not had an injury, it's had an illness. So as long as that illness don't come back, you can't. It's interesting where they go with that now. Will they go over fences? Will they stay to hurdles? Because obviously State Man's out. So then the Donnellys, do they go down the champion hurdle, or do they want to go somewhere else?
Yeah, I seen maybe with Nicky Anderson the other day, and apparently they've said it's looking a lot more likely it's going to go for the champion hurdle. But then, where do you put Constitution in that one? But what you can't slay is Golden Ace. It's another second ran a great race again. It's amazing. Champion hurdle.
It's won the hurdle it won. The fighting fifth. And they're one fighting fifth. But every horse who goes against it, whether they fall or not, you've got to take your chance at that time.
Yeah.
It takes its chance, and
you've got to.
And it runs.
You've got to give it to Andy for even. It's alright. We'll carry on. For even putting it into them races.
Oh yeah. He's got 20. He's got. Well, if you don't buy the ticket, you don't win the lottery.
Yeah,
so
exactly. Yeah.
It's fair play to them. And I think they had a winner at Chepstow as well. It's James.
Moving on to the King George. Wow, it's gonna. Banbridge beat by nose to Gaelic Warrior, and then half a length to Django Bay. It's just really nice.
That's one of the best King Georges I've seen. I mean, last year or the year before, you had Shishkin who jumped the second last or third last in front, and then caught his hoof on his back hoof on his front leg, and De Boinville fell off. But I think the one I take out of it were Django Bay, who were going up to 3 miles for the first time. Yeah, and it looked like it was running on at the end. It probably didn't jump as well as the other three on the last fence, but I don't think you can take anything away from the winner. To say we're headed with half a furlong to go, and then it come back and it actually got back up. It's unbelievable. Great ride from that Ben Jones. I quite like him, Ben Jones. He's a really good jockey.
And they had Mambo number 5 as well, didn't they? Ben Paul and Ben Jones the day after. But looking at the Jukebox Man, Banbridge, Gateway and Django Bay, like you said, you can't take anything away from all of them. It's obviously, if you back them, it's not the best result. But looking forward, you can't be not happy with it, can you? They've all ran on,
all tried.
Yeah, done what they've needed, and made a great finish. And then just gonna look at Aintree. Individual, I heard about that one. Ollie Murphy again. Ollie Murphy and Sean Bowen. We'll go to them.
I think they have a first at Leicester today, a second at Leicester.
Yeah,
absolutely hacked up.
Yeah, Sean.
Really good. I think the disappointing over the weekend will be my
Daddy Paddy.
Yeah. I know they've said the hurdles were out and they struggled to get the hurdles because of the sun, the low sun and stuff like that, but it looks like a talking horse that just fell in a hole.
Yeah. Then obviously you had Chuggy for the Skeletons as well, that got second, didn't go as well. 4-7 and it went off that. You thought that could have.
Yeah.
That sort of bought.
Then you look at the Ido son that beat it. That's running some really good races. Look back through his form, it's really good. So fair play to them for beating it and taking it on.
Yeah.
But I think Henderson's got one at Newbury tomorrow, I think. In the second race, I think that's one they really like as well for the Supreme, so that'll be
going over
interesting.
Going over to Leopardstown now. Romeo Coolio back there.
Didn't jump as well as it could. And like I said, over the last I thought it would beat, but he actually kicked on and actually won. So fair play to that. That might just need a distance.
Yeah.
How it did run on towards the end is really, like, looking at it, really promising. But there's been a couple of big horses beat over in Leopardstown this week.
Yeah. Move on to yesterday, and then we'll come on to today. Mossy Fen Road. The first of it. Wow. I saw something on X earlier, and it was just the fractions, and everyone was ready, going so fast, and I couldn't believe it when it
just never stopped.
No.
It got into a gallop, and I can't remember which horse tried to go with it, and it absolutely just jumped him to death and just ran him into the ground. But then kept galloping towards the end, because you've got Chepstow, which is an undulating course, so it's up and down. But that really looks a really promising horse. It'll be interesting to which way they go with that horse.
Yeah, we've already spoke about Sean Bowen. Now looking at the Welsh Grand National, Haiti Killers and Sean Bowen for Rebecca Curtis. It was wow. Just
if she gets the horses, she can train.
Yeah,
she's good. But that, you look at its last run. I think she said in the parade ring she knew it wasn't going to win because it didn't look right, and it was something with its back. But it came off the bend on the back straight and took it up, and then never saw another horse after that, and just kept jumping. And like I say, horses in behind were making a mistake. He just kept jumping and running and jumping and running, and but it was a great ride. And he's some jockey. We'll say both of them are.
Yeah.
James Bowen and Sean Bowen, two great jockeys. Great jockeys. It's just a shame James Bowen don't get as many rides as his brother, because he is good. Like I say, one day he probably might be Henderson's stable jockey. He probably should be now.
Hopefully.
Should be Henderson's.
Looking at the two favourites in that race, well, the favourite was Jubilee Express, pulled up.
That were there till they turned in and then just...
I'm just reading it here. It says, and would prefer slower surface.
Which is strange because the Welsh Nationals normally run in an absolute...
Yeah.
And they were saying the ground was good to soft. So it's probably a strange time for that time. Like I say, we had a lot of rain, didn't we? Maybe a week and a half ago. But then we had any till... I don't think we're going for another couple of days yet.
Yeah.
So and then it's drying out all the time.
Yeah. The one I chose, and that one was Rock My Way, just didn't really look ever in the race, but just reading it here, vet reporter Gelding lost his right foreshoe, so I can play into it as well, can't I? But I don't think you can take anything away from Haiti Colours. And then looking at Kempton, obviously we've already spoke about Mambo number 5. Very, very, very good one.
Very good, yeah.
Ben Jones and Mel
He looked beat at one bit because he was at the back. I think he made a bit of a mistake down the back or jumped out left. But then he actually came with a wet sail and away he went, and then won quite comfortable, to be fair to him. Another one, the Skeleton horse looked quite good.
In that race?
No, I think the Skeleton horse won one, didn't it?
Fizzle-ask?
Yeah, that looked really good.
That was good, yeah.
I think that won by 10
lengths, yeah.
That looked really good.
You forget about that.
And there were lump sum in that race as well, so there were quite a few in there that looked really good.
Yeah. Going to go over to Leopardstown again. Cargesi, however you want to say it. Very good, just never.
Was good, but at the time there was a horse behind him. Unfortunately, that horse was fatally injured yesterday.
Yeah.
But that will putting it up to it. Whether it had stayed with it, you don't know. But there were just massive distances between Cargesi and the second one.
James's Gate, the one that was fatally injured.
But like I say, the second one that finished second yesterday, there was massive distances. But I think Cargesi was slowing down at the end, but he'd done all the hard work to get there.
14 lengths it's on here.
Yeah, so
not bad.
Yeah, like I say, but there were massive distances between them all. So
on to the next. Solness, what a run, and you've got to give it to Sam Owen.
He's one of the big race as well today.
Yeah, he's
come in for a couple of rides because of I think JJ Sledding. Obviously slowed down, but he came in, took the ride, and he's, to be fair, he's some jockey. Like I say, it's surprising that no other big stables took him.
Yeah.
But he's with a big stable, isn't he, with Gordon Elliott, and I would imagine he's got enough horses to put him on.
Yeah. Looking at Madgeborough, found a 50, Marine Nationale, found a 50 disappointing. I thought it would personally go better. Madgeborough
is Madgeborough 2 mile horse.
Yeah.
That's the thing you look at. I know he came between both horses and he probably got squeezed out of it a little bit. But again, I'm not a fan of the jockey, so
I'm going to be honest. I think Madgeborough found 50 disappointing. But what you can say about Marine Nationale is look at the fence where Sean Flanagan's nearly come off and to get back up. I don't think it's a bad
his
run.
first run of the season.
Exactly, it's going to
So
come
he's
on.
only going to get better. I would imagine he'll have another run somewhere after New Year, and then a probably good challenge from there.
Yeah, but that's it. And how Sean Flanagan stayed on that one, it was amazing. And then to get back up and get beat by half a length, it was
great.
Some ride, yeah.
Great ride.
Coming on to today, obviously going over to Leopardstown. Obviously, Tiapu beating Bob Olinger, and Ballyburn disappointing.
I think Ballyburn was very disappointing.
Yeah.
I thought when you think they ran, did they run the other week? Not long ago, they both ran a neck between them over there.
Yeah, we had
neck or something like that.
A nose between Tiapu and Ballyburn.
Yeah, and then Tiapu's absolutely destroyed it.
Yeah,
and then you've got old Bob Olinger just running on for second. So great for the owners because they get first and second. But Banbridge, I thought Banbridge were poor. Ballyburn,
yeah. I'm ready on the King George.
But then Ballyburn, you look at it, it might need softer ground.
Yeah. Also, going on to that, Golf and Deschamps and Maximus both getting beat by Affordable Fury. It's Sam Ewan again.
But I think you go back to the second or third. Galloping Deschamps' first run of season, and I Am Maximus. Again, it's going to be set out. He's going to be set out to run in the national again. So that distance is probably way too short for him. So it's probably a mile too short. Yeah. Which, when you think about it, he ran a hell of a race.
Yeah, I did also see something about Galloping Deschamps. Obviously, it's going to come on for that run, and it's his first one of the season, isn't it? So you can't really read into it that much if you're looking at everything. But disappointing not to get the win. But I wouldn't imagine anything drastic's going to change. They're not going to be too down about it.
No, I'd say right. Ran a good race.
Yeah. Got anything else? Final Demand ran.
Just at one bit, looked like it were going to have a hard race, but then he jumped the second last and the last. Absolutely, I don't think his jumping was as slick as it probably could have been, but it wasn't hard on it, and it ended up winning a canter. So yeah, I think our system told that does look a hell of a horse.
Yeah,
especially when you look at the. Be interesting to see what happens now with the new line. See what they do, where they're going to go, and then you've obviously got Constitution now.
That was the next thing I was going to come on to. Obviously, the Fighting Fifth. It was again. We've been treating some races in December, haven't we? There's been some great races. Obviously, the Fighting Fifth for Golden Ace winning it. The new line coming down as well. Looked good for her. I know Harry Scotland came out and said he wants to just keeping around Constitution Hill, and then it's Constitution Hill came down in second. What what would you say constitutional needs?
I think constitutional, when it jumped first, you thought all systems go here.
Yeah.
And then basically when he jumped, he puts his legs out instead of probably turning them up. So it catches the top of the fence and just comes down.
Yeah.
Personally, I'd run it over hurdles again.
Yeah.
But I'd change the jockey. It went round Punchestown. I know it went right at Punchestown, but James Bowen rode it and it stayed up.
Cut it over, yeah.
I just don't. I think if you've done it 3 times, you might look at change, but they're not going to change it.
No.
So, but personally, I'd still run him on them. If they're saying he's as back as and he's as good as what he was, it's something I've never seen a horse running a champ and hurdle and absolutely destroy him. Like you got to think Statement. Obviously, at that time, were one of the better horses from Ireland. It absolutely destroyed it.
Yeah,
absolutely destroyed it. And like I say, we were there last year when Constitution Hill fell, and then when Statement fell last, and you could have heard a pin drop.
Yeah, and Golden Ace just was shooting fast, but yeah, it's like you said, Nicky Henderson said himself when he went to Punchestown, it was probably on Nicky Henderson because he didn't think it was his fault. He wasn't ready for it, and he shouldn't have ran it. But that being said, he stayed up and finished the race. Obviously, a disappointing race, but stayed up, not fell, and then you go back
about the new hurdles. He's jumped the white hurdles before, so I don't think that's the.
No.
I don't think that. But if they can get that horse, whether it's, I mean, there's a lot more people out there know more about racing, like jumping a fence than whatever will. Like people like your McCoy, Fitzgerald, and people like that. They say, is it confidence or is it just making the odd mistake? Or does the Boinville have to say, no, we are going to jump this and then we're going to go? But apparently he jumps well at home.
Yeah.
If you watch that documentary with Nick Henderson and Francesca Camani, you watch it on there when schools it, he looks absolutely. Yeah. They've said it's schooled really well, so there must be something in its head that gets there and it just does something at races. But I don't think you can ever take it away from it. It's hell of a race.
Yeah, that.
But if that does come back,
it'd be great.
Does Sergino go into the Arkle?
Yeah. Well,
because you've got to bear in mind the minute he's only 5, he's 6 next week.
Yeah, soon. Yeah. It all changes the picture, doesn't it?
All changes, yeah.
I think
all changes.
The thing with Constitution Hill, it's. I'll be honest. I'm not De Boinville's biggest fan, but you look at James Bowen, Sean Bowen, even Gary Sheehan, you'll see him coming to a fence and they'll push it into it, and then they'll go on take a length off another horse, and you see De Boinville, and you see him come up and slow it down to go into the fence. That's where you can win all those races, isn't it? And that's what you need. You just need to be brave as you can. Push it into the fence, right into the fence, and then that's when you're going to gain the
Like I say, he's been with Henderson a long time.
Yeah,
that's the thing. He's been there.
You can't imagine anything.
He's been the main jockey. Then obviously he came back to ride. He came out and rode it. Mm-hmm. So it'd be interesting to see what they do actually do with it.
Yeah,
because it is a hell of a horse. It's just a shame because I think you were so disappointed when you saw it fell. And then obviously you saw the new Lion fall as well.
Yeah, you've got to be a bad person to enjoy the downfall, aren't you? Yeah. Anything else on the list? We got anything else?
No, I think one thing we might talk about, even though it's sport, is darts.
Yeah.
That's on a minute.
Yes.
There's a dartboards up there. Yeah. But then you look at it, you've got Luke Little last night.
Yeah,
he's an absolute, for 19, 20-year-old, absolute freak.
18, I think.
It's unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. I mean, we play in here some nights, and we're horrific.
Yeah.
To do what he does,
this walls getting a bit battering.
To see what he does and how he actually, it's. I think he did it last night. Check out, he won 61, 70 check. Just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Just how he hits them. The kid's an absolute talent.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you want him to keep going and going and going, just win everything because he is some talent.
Brought a lot of eyes to darts as well, aren't you? Now,
you think that years ago, darts were never a big thing, but now you look at it, there's big darts academies. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's got his own darts academy, which is fantastic to him, and loads of people. As soon as darts, it's like Wimbledon, isn't it? Wimbledon comes on, everybody goes and plays tennis. But then you get darts on, and everybody's I mean, a friend of mine's got a shop now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's gone mad. And fair play to him, what he's brought to the sport and how he's publicised it. But it's huge now.
Yeah.
It's huge how it goes to Ali Pali, and then you see all the arena
in the Premier League.
How they're sold out. It's fantastic what they do.
Yeah, I went to 2 last year, and it's amazing. One of my favourites is Stephen Bunting went out last night. I don't know if you saw, Got beat, so that's...
I didn't know he'd gone out.
Yeah, disappointing. Obviously, Gerwin Price going out as well. There's been a few big ones already gone, haven't there?
They were seeded, yeah. So a few that are seeded in there that opens it up for...
Yeah, but
then you can't see anybody beating... It's got to be them two again. It's got to be Humphries again. But you can't see anybody beating them two because once they're on it, then obviously you've got old ones. Is Van Gerwen still in?
Yeah.
Could he come back? But then he don't look the force of old. And I just think you just look at Little, he's just got a presence and an aura about him that just wants to win everything.
Yeah.
Just wants to win.
Yeah. Well, alright, I think we've covered everything. So thank you for tuning into our first episode of Goalpost to Gallops podcasts. That most out it's going to run. We'll probably do a couple of months, maybe more. We'll see if we
can. We might do every Sunday.
Yeah.
If we've got enough time, try and get people on that we know.
Yeah.
Might look at people at like vloggers or bloggers, whatever you call them. People like maybe Joe Skelton, try and get him on and see what they. Because obviously he does a lot of non-league.
Yeah.
And obviously both of us have been involved in non-league, so it'd be good to talk about that and Joe what he does. Yeah. And then get some players on and stuff like that and see what they do. But it just brings something different. Yeah. And we're talking about stuff that we like. Yeah, exactly. So it's obviously different. There might be one where we get a different guest on, it's just a football guest, or then it might be just a racing guest, or it can be anything really. So it might change week to week, but if it would just be us two, then it might just be anybody. We might just get anybody on. Yeah. Just anyone who's watching this video, just want to. Anybody wants to come on, just drop us a message. Yeah. We'll get you round. As we sat at the minute, we're sat in the Keeper's Arm bar in our garden. Yeah. In the darts place, so it's alright. So treadmill currently, we're moving it around to sat in the corner. But yeah, thank you for tuning in and goodbye. Thank you.